Welcome back to another side project. Let's start by asking a few questions. Are you tired of seeing the same old game and seeing the same old character being played and the same old matchups and the same old opponents? Heck, are you even also tired of seeing the same old people in the subreddit trying to offer guidance but is not helping at all? But Spaceface, what other games are there to play? I know you play Omega Strikers and Overwatch, but those games are probably just not for me. Well, fear not for those who want to expand their game roster, for I have a game that is probably the right thing for you. That's if you like stories, if you like great music, if you like turn-based strategy battles, and some fun extra mini-games and extra side modes. A fair warning, this game may need continuous days of grinding, but whatever objective you want to do, you'll get there eventually. But for now, just sit back and enjoy this game that I recommend to you all. Square Enix. Unreal Engine.
This is a single-player RPG. Content will be periodically added, but please enjoy at your own pace.
Welcome to Octopath Traveler, Champions of the Continent. Actually, that's not what the title screen's supposed to look like when you start the game. It's supposed to look like something like this. Anywho, greetings, and I hope you all are doing well. And I'm sure, like I said, you all are probably wondering, hey Space, any games that you recommend me besides boring old trash Smash Legends? Well, my answer is right here. This is what I've been playing more often compared to Smash Legends. But as stated before, this game is a single-player JRPG, being Japanese role-playing game. And if you ever seen or heard of the Octopath Traveler series, them being on Steam and console for the main games, but this is the mobile version. And what makes it unique compared to the main games is you can have 8 people per party instead of 4 in the original games. But basically, in short, this video is going to cover the basics of the game, so sit back and enjoy, and let's get started. O traveler appointed by Spaceface04, what is it that you desire? Is it wealth, power, or fame? Choose wisely. Not that picking any of the 3 will affect your gameplay, nor will it affect the starting character that you're going to start with. Now, in the beginning of the game, you'll be told the origin of the continent of we call Orstera, and then you will have to choose between 3 factions: wealth, power, or fame. As stated before, choosing any of these 3 will not affect your gameplay and will not affect the randomness of the starting character you get. And hey, fair is fair. They give you a free 5-star, 1 out of 8 characters that you could possibly get. And they are Viola, Gilderoy, Sophia, Scarecrow, Fiore, Millard, Theo, and Lynette. Each of these characters and the rest of the entire roster out there have specific classes, and they each hold and use specific weapons. Thieves are in favor of using daggers, merchants are spears, scholars are tomes, hunters are bows, warriors swords, clerics staves, apothecaries axes, and dancers fans. Now, some of these starting units are really great to start with, and some are mid and okay, and some are just not that amazing to start with. But if you do think you get a bad one, you can either A, delete the account and make a new one to start over again and get a new unit, or just go with it and you can get them through pulling on the banners. Yes, I did forget to say earlier that this game does indeed have a gacha system, and like most of the other gacha systems, the rates on pulling some big units are very slim, though some are from limited time banners and some are collabs, and there's just many different characters that have specific jobs, weapons, and other stuff. There are many type of banners where there are special ones like step-ups, one with paid gems where you buy real money to actually use and pull. Then you have the regular ones where you can use your free rubies you get from various ways. And then there's also the general pool. The general pool is not recommended to pull on. It is more recommended to pull on the actual characters. And sometimes they do events where they give you a free pool every day. Like right now, the 1.5 anniversary is live, and if you log in as a new player, you get a crap ton of rubies and awards. Units are divided into 5 different kinds of stars. You have pure 3 stars, 3.5 stars, which are 4 stars but are at a 3 star, 4 stars, 4.5 stars, which are literally 5-star units but are stuck at a 4 star when you get them, and then pure 5 stars. It's also really easy to tell what kind of star unit you will be getting. A dead light like this, and with no aura in the background, will give you a 3-star unit. A somewhat radiant light like this, and an aura will give you a 4 or 4.5 star. And if you're lucky enough and you see this big, giant, bright light with a big aura in the background, congratulations, you just pulled at least one 5-star. There are at least over 100 different units to collect. From any rarity, from any faction, from any class. There's just so many you can do. And that they each have their own abilities, their own strengths, their own weaknesses, their own skill tree that they can have to increase their stats, their damage, their health, their SP, you name it. And they even have ultimate moves that can do the turning tides of the game. And you may be noticing that my Fiore has a little stone and the number 1 to the left of her name. That means she is awakened at least once, or what we call A1. In order to awaken your characters, you basically just have to pull dupes of them. They can go up to A4, and each ascension, or awakening, whatever you call it, gives them a certain ability and more stat attributes.
A1 gives all attributes except HP and SP up by 30%. A2 gives you an extra battle skill to use. A3 increases your HP by 50%, and A4 gives you an accessory that can give you certain buffs and certain status elements that can be applied in the beginning of battle. And they could be equipped by anybody. And there's also been a few collab characters, like games from the Nier series, games like Bravely Default. You can get these limited characters when the collabs hit, but they're only there for a limited time. So do those traveler stories to get more rubies, do the stories, do the features, increase your influences. Feel free to buy the passes for more rubies and faster progressing and more benefits, like double the selling of materials and double the money when selling materials, and XP and all that when you have both active at the same time. And get all of these travelers that you can possibly get. So what are you waiting for? Go out and get those rubies and start pulling when the banners to actually pull are there. Welcome to the battle mechanics tutorial in this game. Like most JRPGs, battles are mainly random encounter, which means you have no control on when to battle or not. Well, actually that's a lie. You can control some of the battle encounters. Welcome to what I call the Battle Command Hub. Here is where you have a certain number of enemies pop up in your screen and you have to fight them. And you can see in the bottom that there are weaknesses. And there is a weakness chart that I made for myself that I finally figured out the order of the weaknesses that the characters could possibly be weak to. Those are the physical weapons followed by elements. And the order goes by sword, spear, dagger, axe, bow, staff, tome, and fan. And then you have fire, ice, lightning, wind, light, and dark. Let's take a look at an example of our little frog opponent right here. We see we have a few weaknesses uncovered: dagger, tome, fan, and ice. This means that sword and spear are not their weaknesses, but could be weak to either the axe or the bow or the staff. And with the elements, fire is not its weakness, but it could be the others after that. Here in this game, you can also invite NPCs to fight alongside you throughout any of the regular battles. Now let's move on to the type of moves that you can do. You have weapon moves, debuffs, elemental attacks, and support and healing.
The orange orbs that are beside the kind of weapon that your character uses are called battle points, or BP for short. The more you use, the more potency and more turns that damage and buffs and debuffs can be. With certain characters and certain abilities, you can stack buffs, stack debuffs, and do major damage. And even if it's a weapon that doesn't apply to the weaknesses, it'll still do damage, just won't do enough and won't shave the shield break. And once you have your strategy down, press the attack button and watch your team do their action. And if their shield break to 0, then they are stunned and cannot move for 1 turn. But wait, Space, are there such thing as rare enemies in this game? And well, do I have to answer that? Yes, there are rare enemies in this game.
金稼ぎを楽しもうか。
Meet these pesky little cat-like spirit creatures known as the Kate. The Kates are the game's rare enemy and have very low % chance of spawning. These things have very high defense of both elemental and physical, so doing damage to them will only do 1 damage per tick. The most effective way is hitting it with multi-moves, so that way the shield breaks a lot faster, and that way it doesn't run away on you. Yes, it does have a very high chance of running away if you do damage or no damage at all. There are 6 variants of these kind of creatures that you can find. You have Basic Kate, Cultured Kate, Chubby Kate, and then basically what I call the alternate dimension versions, which are more rare and have a lot more rewards upon defeating them. Koi Kate, Koi Cultured Kate, and Koi Chubby Kate. The only ways that the Kates can't run away from battle are if you do them by watching ads of terrible games and then fighting it afterwards for the big rewards, or if you happen to find them as elite enemies in the open world and fight them from there and secure the bag of rewards and get all that XP and money that you need.
よかった。
Well, what really much else is there to say if I'm just gonna keep going when I'm saying this is a basics video? So I'll let you guys see the rest of the game for yourselves instead of me just telling you how it works and stuff. But yeah, Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent. A game I recommend you guys if you want to expand your game roster. Again, has great stories, great music, and basically everything else that I could possibly think is really fun. And again, with a wide variety of characters rating from 3 stars to 5 stars to collect. In the beginning of the game, it doesn't matter what grade the character is, but as you get farther and farther, you may want to hope that your chances of getting higher grade characters will happen. And don't forget to do all those features, the quests that can give you rubies for free without having to pay, and all the other objectives of the game that can help you get free traveling seals, where you can get free seals without having to spend the rubies, and other various fun minigame modes. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this little 101 video about Champions of the Continent. If you feel like downloading the game, feel free to do so. They have a community Discord, which will be in the description down below. But I hope you all enjoyed this Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent game recommendation and basics video.
Comment down below if you seem interested in the game and giving it a try. And if you did like the video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more of these, maybe consider subscribing. It's free. But like I always say, I don't force you to subscribe if you don't want to. But feel free to come back anyway. With that being said, SpaceFace04, out of here. Hope you all have a good day, a good night. Stay safe. Peace. Ah, dead light. Oh, wait a minute. We got a 4-star at least. Please be a 4.5 star unit. Dupe or new unit, I don't care. Well, would you look at that? You reached the end of the video. Congratulations. Consider leaving a like and subscribe if you want to come back and see more videos. I won't force you to. Until then, see you later.